Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of HoddyTalk. I hope everyone had a restful and peaceful and enjoyable holiday weekend over Labor Day after an extremely busy summer and a record-breaking closing month for everyone in the company, from each state to the mortgage company to each office, almost across the board. It was a record-breaking month for August for closing. So hope everybody enjoyed the long weekend, and as we go into the September season. I mentioned the September season because September is the last month of the third quarter. So we're leading into October, which is the fourth quarter, the final closing. And as Bill Russo, when he was manager of Upper St. Clair office, introduced, the fourth quarter is when you make the year. And so going into the fourth quarter with a great kind of energy, positive enthusiasm, is so important to really finish up. And as we go into that fourth quarter, I look at September, and one of the great things about the month of September, it allows us an opportunity. And I want everybody to put this down as how you can really make your fourth quarter strong and be really viable in the fourth quarter, is during the month of September, go back to each of your listings, your sellers, that you have listed exclusively for more than 120 days. And ask them for a sit down. Ask them that you want to sit down with them and review the market sometime in September. Some of you may have to do this 5, 6 times, sometimes 7, 8 times. But how important is it to sit down with your seller during the month of September and evaluate the entire market and what you've done, where you advertised the property, where you have promoted the property, where you've done social media with the property, where you've had it on TV or in newspapers or magazines, and really go over that in great detail of where you market the property. Then review all of the clients that have looked at the property. All of the buyers, potential buyers, have looked at the property, and then focus on people who actually bought some other property. It might have been your buyer or someone else's buyer. So you got to do a little bit of homework here. But anybody who looked at the property, what have they bought? What have they? Because that's a real true determinant with a seller as to why their house hasn't sold. Okay, and whether it's condition, right? It's condition. Whether it's price. Okay, or whether it's something else that you can do to make a difference, and they can do to make a difference. This is the best way with that sit down and reviewing what the buyers have looked at, they've already looked at it, where you've done your marketing, and also review the comparable properties that are for sale, and more importantly, those that have gone under agreement or have sold during the time that your property has been listed. Give that data, give that information. Sit down. You can't do it on the telephone, you can't do it in email, you can't do it in text. You got to sit down across the table like we are right here, and talk with that seller and show them what all has happened in the marketplace since their property's been on the market. Some of these things you may have already told them, some of these things you may have already sent them, some of these people you may have met them 6 weeks ago and gone over stuff, but this is the month of September. For those listings that are 120 days or older on the marketplace, have that important meeting, and you'll be able at that meeting to then get things that are very important to go into the fourth quarter. Okay, whether it's a price reduction, whether it's a promise that they're going to clean the closets out that have been piled up with all kinds of things, whether it's moving furniture out of the house to make it a little more open, whether it's doing some painting that they said they were going to do in May but didn't get around to it. Okay, so price and condition. You work on both of those things by using the comparables of what buyers looked at and what they bought instead of their house. Okay, 2 big things. And then look at, see if there's some things we can do to maybe market to a different niche. Maybe we need to have more open houses. Could be when you review it. Okay, could be you need to have more open houses. It could be that you need to change the pictures on the internet to make them more positive. You know, maybe the pictures you thought were good maybe in May aren't so good right now. You know, maybe they were winter pictures. You know, they can be updated. Okay, maybe the interior pictures could be done differently. But I tell a lot of people, not just on high-end houses, but it's great to take a picture at dusk of the outside of the house. Okay, you know, and review all the analytics that you can get online with their house. Review that with them also. Review how many people have visited the house, how many people have gone inside. If they haven't gone inside to look at the pictures inside, that means either the exterior picture isn't very charming or the price is not attractive enough. Okay? So if you've had 200 people look at the outside of a listing online and only 5 have gone in, you got to change something. You got to change price, you got to change the pictures, you got to change description. You got to do something to get more people, activity going inside the listing to get more information. So there's just some little points about how important it is to do that in the month of September. And last but not least, when you're there, you can get an extension or a new listing contract. You know, a lot of times a new listing contract is wonderful. Okay, a new listing contract is wonderful. You might extend it for 6 months. You might have 60 days to go to listing right now. You might get a new listing contract, either extension or a brand new listing contract, and revitalize as a brand new listing for 6 months, which takes you through into the spring market. So just some little tips about condition, price, and extending the listing contract by using data, important data, that's important to make a decision for a seller rather than just tell them on the phone they should reduce the price. Have a great rest of the week. Looking forward to seeing many of you as during the month of September. We've got a lot of exciting things going on with brand domination in Albany and some events in Virginia and some great children's free care fund kickoff events. So we're expecting to see a lot of the folks. And please, as always, if I can be of any help or assistance, or aid, advice, give me a call. I love talking real estate with the best of the best in the real estate market. You, the Howard Hanna Realtor. Thank you.